right. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent. Can you introduce yourself for the folks out there?
So I'm Pete Lavelle. I'm a game designer. I've designed a game here today that's called the Count of Cliu. This is a card-based party building game where you build up a party of characters and then you go on quests to try to increase your resources and your prestige. The basic idea behind this game is that the king has created a new prestige called Cliu.
Okay.
And so the Count of Cliu, and Cliu is actually Gaelic for prestige, is up for grabs. And you're a baron. You're playing one of these 6 barons that are on the cover there.
I see that, yes.
And you would like to become the next count of this count. So you're competing with other barons to build up your prestige. Once one player reaches 30 prestige, then whoever, at the end of the round, whoever has the most prestige, they will become the next count. So that's what the game is all about.
Excellent.
You start off, you will have a few characters. You don't have this many normally. There's thieves, there's mages, there's footmen, and there are knights. So there's several different classes of characters in the game. Class is important because different cards will affect different classes. You will start off with some tactics and you continually get new ones each turn. The king doesn't allow his barons to have more than 8 vassals under them. He gets nervous about large standing armies. The king also doesn't allow his barons to engage in direct combat.
Okay.
So, but you're competing against these guys, so you want to be able to do nasty things to them. That's what tactic cards are. So you can do things like spread rumors, raid their treasury, recruit away their guys with seduction or bribery or enticement, using the different resources that are available to you in prestige, money, and whatnot to actually achieve these different goals. You can also try stealing from the bazaar or food poisoning to wipe out the people in the tavern. Lots of different options.
Excellent.
Tactics cards also include traps. If you have a thief, you can put a trap onto a quest. Traps are sometimes good, sometimes bad. You're not going to know if it's good or bad unless you're the one that played that trap. The other thing you might pick in the course of doing tactics, here it is. The other thing you might pick are event cards. Event cards are immediately executed. Events include things like plagues or tournaments. If you pick those, you have to do them right away. This event is Ladies' Night. Ladies' Night means that we're going to take all of the male vassals out of the vassal deck, and we're going to pick until we've drawn 3 females to fill up the tavern. So the turn commences as this way. You start off in your feet, and you can use any of the tactics cards that you have in your hand. You can change equipment on characters if you have equipment. Then you can choose to go to one of these 4 locations. So we have the guild, we have the temple, we have the bazaar, and we have the tavern. If you go to the tavern, and you can do these things as much as you want once you're there. You can recruit as many people as you want. You can try to get a personal quest. If we go to the bazaar, you can buy and sell items. You can go to the black market and trade prestige for additional tactics that you can use against your opponents. If we go to the guild, we can try to take on a quest.
I see.
And when you take on a quest, you basically have a number of different quests to choose from. There's always 2 C rank quests available. There's a B rank, an A rank, and an S rank. The reward gets greater and the risk gets greater as you go up. You can see a sample S rank quest here in the dragon. The red dragon has 35 hit points. He rolls 3 dice to deal physical damage, plus he deals an extra 2 fire damage every time he attacks. So this guy tears through your army very quickly. Your C rank characters are going to be monsters are going to be much easier to defeat. This guy, for instance, the Dualhan, has a gold allergy. So if you're having a hard time with him, you can just throw gold at him and finish him off. The quests come in 4 different flavors. You have bounties, exterminates, adventures, and rescues. So bounties are good for gaining prestige. Exterminates are good for gaining money. Bounties are generally one really large creature you're dealing with. Exterminates would be a mob, a group of creatures, and they're smaller. Rescue missions, I give you a good chance of actually rescuing a vassal and I'll join your party for free.
Okay.
Adventures are a little bit of a wild card. They're the best place to get loot for free. However, adventures are not always combats. So the other ones you're going to be fighting a combat. And sometimes, for instance, there's a leprechaun adventure. And in a leprechaun adventure, you're basically just rolling a die to see if you can catch him so you can get his pot again.
Okay.
This adventure here that we have is a little bit of a moral dilemma. So you run across the unicorn. The unicorn horns are pretty valuable.
Oh, yeah.
So you can choose to chop off his horn and get the money. It's a good amount of money, but people aren't going to like it. So you're going to lose prestige.
Right.
And this goes back to a lot of the traps that we have are actually somewhat, they're not always clear if they're good or bad. This is almost always a good trap because it doubles the amount of prestige you get. However, if a troubadour sees you cutting off a unicorn's horn and he tells everybody about it,
Yeah.
you're going to lose 6 prestige.
Oh,
So in that
no.
particular case, it's actually not a good thing.
Oh,
So
wow.
that happens a lot of traps are situational. Once you've chosen to do a quest that you're doing combat in, what we do is we actually place creatures to represent creature tokens to represent each of the creatures that you're fighting. So we've seen that we're fighting 5 changelings here. They're relatively weak. They only have 1 physical attack die, and they have 2 defense. And they're not going to give us much reward because this is a C rank quest.
Right.
Most creatures that you fight are also going to have some special ability. This guy's special abilities happen to make him immune to fire, lightning, and water damage, which is all the magic in the game. Now, if we look down here at the party that this Baron has, she has a fire mage, who's normally a nice character to have. This fire mage is not going to be able to do any damage to these creatures because they have fire immunity. So you're going to have to ignore her when you're deciding how to fight. What you do next is you choose who you're going to fight with. So let's say we decide we're going to fight with Shanae. So Shanae is not a very strong character. She only rolls 1 dice. This guy also is only rolling 1 dice. So we simultaneously roll for the monster and the character. The monster actually did 2 damage to her. So we take two damage tokens and place them on her character. She did 1 damage to the monster, so it's still alive. So the next time we attack, we could choose to attack with her again, but she's already engaged in combat. Once she's engaged in combat, she will actually have to take another damage token in order to attack. This is pretty risky because she's now pretty close to her max. So they will roll simultaneously again, and she will have to have chosen who she was attacking.
I see.
So even though she did 2 damage, but she rolled a critical, we would have chosen that character, so she just takes him out. She also took 1 damage, however, which means she's now dead. So we're going to have to go to the temple later on and resurrect her
Oh, wow.
and heal everybody up.
Okay.
Now, if I had decided to attack with Gwendolyn here, Gwendolyn has the swiftness trait. So because she's swift, she actually attacks her opponent before they even had a chance to attack her. So if she would roll 2 dice, and because she got 2 criticals, she would kill this guy before he has a chance to attack. He never even rolls a die to attack.
Okay.
And so every character has a special trait. Some are good, some are bad. This guy, for instance, over here, has a bad reputation. So he's relatively inexpensive to hire because nobody wants him. He's got some good combat ability, but you actually lose 2 prestige if you bring him into your party.
I see. Well, now that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
How long does it take to play?
So this is a fairly niche game. It takes a long time to play. There's a solitaire mode, which actually runs very well. Solitaire mode takes about an hour and a half.
Okay.
2 players takes 2.5 to 3 hours, and 3 players takes 3 to 4 hours. You can physically play with up to 6 players if you have the stamina or several days to play.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's good if you have a gaming night.
Yes,
A gaming night with a whole bunch of people.
definitely.
You can play Count of Cliu.
And the solitaire can be a lot of fun, 1 player.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck with your game.
Thank you very much.